What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 10-7 MMA channel. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, back at it Monday morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy March. I was just chatting with Louisa. It's going to be daylight savings time next weekend, which is absolutely insane. So we are just flying through 2026 already in March. It's crazy. Justin and I are going to Fusion Fight League Montana this Saturday, which is going to be incredible. Can't wait about that. But there is so much news that is happening right now. So much stuff going on in the sports of mixed martial arts. As an MMA channel, as a MMA YouTube channel, it's like there's just constant stuff to talk about every day, constant things to make a video about. So we're having a blast in this very abundant time frame right now. Tehran is back in the mix. We got our two mods here, bright and early. Tehran says, "What up, fellas?" Western says, "What it do? What it do?" Western says, "Sup, Tehran." All right, so we are in the mix. We're gonna get right to it. We got a long list of topics that we want to talk about today. By the way, fun fact, Ariel Helwani is currently interviewing or about to interview Arman Tsarukyan as we speak. So it's such a bummer. I was hoping I could see that interview before.
Can we show it live?
I mean, okay, let me look right now. I'll keep it open here. We could, but the thing is, it's like, I don't know what we'll enter into in terms of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it'll be kind of like random, but here, I'll keep it up here just so we can see what's
I think
going on.
Ariel's pretty good. I mean, regardless of how people feel about him, I think he's a good interview. He asks good questions. A lot of times he asks in the questions other people don't want to ask. So I respect him a lot as a journalist.
Oh yeah, Ariel's a great one here. I'll do a little live stream very quickly so you guys can see Arman Tsarukyan. This is live and in the flesh. Check this out.
If he like punched 2 times, one time he got like a one time he did, they say if you do one more time we just cut you from the wrestling, and the referee still keep like waiting for him, and he's like just knocking me out.
So you feel like he just went in there to make a moment, right? He didn't have any
he knew like he gotta stop this wrestling because he's losing. First of all, second one, he cannot beat me. Third one, if he lose, he gotta pay me because we had the deal. Who wins get the money.
How much?
It's supposed to be. He came and say, "Oh, let's pay. If you win, if I win, you pay me 50,000. If I win, I get 25,000. If he wins, he gets 50,000." I said, "You're stupid or what, man? What are you talking about? You come to casino."
All right, there we have it. So we'll just play a little clip and we'll get back to our show. But super cool. That's Arman Tsarukyan live talking about the RAF event that happened this weekend. We're going to chop it up and we're going to talk about all of that because I'm curious to hear Justin's take on that fight. But yeah, dude, I mean, listen, man, I think Giorgio or whatever that guy's name is, I think what Arman said is actually correct. I think that he was stalling. I think that he didn't want to get taken down because he claims to have never been taken down, which a lot of people are calling BS on. But we're going to get to it in due time, ladies and gentlemen, because we got so much stuff to talk about. Actually, wait, the due time is now. I didn't realize this is topic 1. So it's fitting. There we go. So Arman Tsarukyan throws down this weekend at RAF. Did you see the clip, Justin?
I saw the end of the match. I didn't see the whole match.
Yeah, fair. Well, there wasn't that much to watch the whole match. So I'll summarize it for you. During the whole match, basically, it's like a bit of a slap fight. We're going back and forth. I'm going to see if I can pull it up right now. They're going back and forth, just kind of smacking each other. And then finally, we get to the very end. And that's when stuff goes crazy, a la Khabib versus Conor McGregor back in 2018. So here, I'll play you the very end of this real quick so you can see, everybody can see one more time. I'm sure if you're a big MMA fan, a big combat sports fan, you've probably seen this like 20 times already. But here it is, in case you missed it. We have a brawl. So this guy, Giorgio, I guess he's a decent wrestler. I don't really know too much about him, but I mean, he wrestled at a high level in high school, and I think he wrestled in college. But Arman Tsarukyan has been smashing people. He's just a freak of an athlete. So I had no doubt that Arman was gonna win, regardless of this guy's credentials. But you can see here. So this is near the end. I think. Let's see how much time is left. At this point, they don't show a clock here, but we're coming in and see there. Look, you see how he grabs, he kind of like slaps Arman's. Look, do you see that slap, Justin?
It's totally fine.
Really? Okay. Totally fine. See, now Giorgio's complaining. Okay. Now
it's actually encouraged. It's not
really.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that we teach at all levels. It's called hand fighting.
What about that? Is that loud?
No, that's not loud. That's not loud. But talk about coming with big clubs. Oh, there was now not in the video you've shown. I did see another video where Giorgio almost, grazes his eyes, like eye gouges him. All right. Reaches out, touches hands on his face, reach down. Okay. That's not okay. You will get called for that. But as a coach, I prefer the aggressive hand fight. I encourage my kids to be aggressive. I tell them, make it a dog fight. Make the guy uncomfortable. Make him get emotional. Wow. Not in his eyes, obviously, but hit him in the side of the neck and the head. They're called clubs for a reason.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's very interesting to hear your perspective because I wasn't sure and I felt like Arman Tsarukyan seemed to be in the right. I want to let you know one other thing. This guy right here, this is Giorgio's father. He said he's 62 years old. Look what he does. And I guess it's okay because he doesn't throw any hands, but he runs over to Arman and he jumps on top of him. And he kind of like throws a shoulder in there. I don't know what his dad was doing because Giorgio was like, yeah, my dad had my back. He's 62, but that seemed a little bit unnecessary. And then what's Giorgio doing? He's just like chilling out here. Like, I don't know. But I think he gets bum rushed eventually by a bunch of Arman Tsarukyan's friends. But there it is. I mean, dude, look at this. This has almost 1 million views right here. And RAF has come out now and they're like, oh, we don't think we want, I guess the rumors are that they don't want Arman Tsarukyan fighting for them. But obviously from a PR perspective, this is the most press that they could ever imagine. And I originally said in my video that I made Saturday night, right after this happened, I was like, I think they're probably going to have him back because how else are they going to get this much media coverage? But Justin, with all your experience in wrestling, especially, but also in combat sports and all these other organizations, for this to happen at a wrestling event, what do you think the organization is going to do?
I'm going to be honest. The organization is laughing all the way to the bank. All right. This is the best outcome that could have ever happened. Like, I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Like, there's no other way you get 1 million views on a wrestling match. There's no other way. And they can say they're upset. They don't want Arman back, but it's literally nothing better could have happened. Arman losing to Giorgio, like Giorgio he's a college wrestler. He's good, but he wasn't like a national champion. I don't even think he placed. So here's the thing. He has this challenge. Oh, take me down $1,000. Essentially in wrestling terms, what he's asking is first takedown wins. Anybody can go hard for the first takedown, but if this guy's so good and he can't, and I like him, I do like it. I like what he's doing. There are some videos that people have sent me and they're like, oh, look at this crazy scramble by Giorgio and this, but it's staged. All right. At this point in his career, he is a YouTuber. He is a streamer. He's not a combat athlete. All right. He's done a great job. He's a good athlete, but he's not Arman Tsarukyan. He's not a division. Like I said, I don't even know if he wrestled Division I. All right. So he's a good athlete. He's a good wrestler. He has a lot of good things, but he's doing a great job selling himself. And that's what matters. That's where the money comes in right now.
Now you're talking about this being the best thing for real American freestyle. I thought the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. Do you think right now, when they're saying publicly that we're not sure if we want him back, or maybe they're even saying they don't want him back, do you think that's just something they're saying to the public, but behind closed doors are like, okay, we're definitely having him back. Yeah, they're going to have a rematch and they're going to make sure that nothing like this happens again. Is that what you think is going to go down?
Oh, absolutely. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying this is just me talking. All right. This doesn't mean anything. There's no weight to this besides it's my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if on the other one or the other was prodded to, hey man, you have an opportunity right now to get some eyes on you. Like, I mean, realistically, if you're not a hardcore wrestling fan, you're not tuning into RAF.
True.
But now that there's drama and, oh shit, these guys, they go crazy. Like, well, maybe I'll tune into that. Maybe I'll have some boys over and drink some beer and watch the RAF this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, dude, there's no other way they're going to get you're not going to get 1 million views for a freestyle wrestling match. The Olympic freestyle wrestling matches don't even get 1 million views. Like,
I know. So
like, what other way? You have to have, don't make it the WWE, but you have to have drama. People, especially Americans we're so bored that we want to watch some kind of drama to fill our dopamine while we can just sit our fucking lazy asses on the couch and watch. And I don't care what anybody says. There's no way the RAF, let's just get rid of the biggest hit we ever are going to have because he punched somebody. Are there any lawsuits if this was serious, why isn't a lawsuit being filed? That's not, he signed up for a wrestling match. That's assault. In the US, that's assault. You can sue him. No, he knows there's more money not to sue him in the long run. Then it's silly, dude. It's silly. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if, they want these kind of antics.
Okay, now I have another question for you that I figure you can answer. By the way, before we get to the question, let me read some comments here. Tehran says, I'm not interested in this weekend's card. I don't even care. What?
Who's the main?
Dude, it's Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira.
That's a great fight, dude.
That's a great fight.
It doesn't matter, but for nostalgia purposes, like what a fucking two legends. They fought 11 years ago. Now they're going to come on and put a show, and you know it's going to be a banger. It's not going to be like, it's not like he's going to take him down and lay on him for 5 rounds. Like someone's going to get fucked up. Like people are going to get fucked up this weekend. That's going to be incredible. I can't wait.
Yeah, and Tehran, I kind of get what you're saying in the sense of it's kind of weird stakes, if that makes sense. It's not, I don't know, but tell us more about why
value.
Yeah, I mean, there is high entertainment value, so that's and I've been kind of swayed. I'm getting more excited.
He says,
I'm trolling, guys. I love 326. Okay, I thought you're okay.
Don't make me slap you, man. Take his mouth off. Take his mouth now.
Yeah, exactly. Western says you could definitely watch the interview live. With respect to Arman, Tehran, you're bumming me out, but he was just playing. Damn good breakdown you did, Justin, for Holloway Oliveira. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it. Starting to pick up some views, but it is a really good breakdown.
Did you chop up the Friday? I didn't see
I don't think we've chopped the. Oh no, I'll see if we can do that actually later today. That's a good idea. Yeah, chop up our breakdown that we did on the show as well. John Dong is in the house. What's up? What's up? All right, welcome back. Now,
before we go on to this, yeah. I was going, like I said, like at nighttime, I go through our YouTube stats. Yesterday, I'm going through the stats last night. Last night I was going through the stats. I'm looking at reviews, guys. Friday was 2x our biggest show ever. We had over 80. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. It was incredible watching the number just go from 0 to over 80 within our show. And it was so much fun and so much interaction. Just want to appreciate you guys for following us. We've been doing this we're going on 4 years now.
3 years.
3 years now. And it's, man, just that doubled. Our last show prior to that, our biggest number was 800. And we hit, I think we're almost up to 1.7 100 views. Yeah. 1.7.
Yeah. And the concurrent streams were crazy. That was our biggest by far. We had like 82 or 85 or something concurrents. It was so much fun. It was such a blast. I mean, guys, think about it. We've been doing this like every week, like clockwork for 3 years. And then to have that little moment to finally break through, it was super cool. And we got a lot of new subs. So that was great. Thank you, everybody. Obviously, thank you for all the loyal folks that are here all the time. John Dong, Tehran, Western. I know Celine's going to come back one day, but
she messaged me. She messaged one of my videos last week, and I asked her where she's been. She hasn't responded yet, though.
Okay, yeah, and also she's in France. It's like the time difference. Okay, but Justin, I gotta ask you this: as a UFC fighter, UFC vet, I have a question about Arman Tsarukyan in terms of disciplinary action from the UFC. So they're allowed, right, to do these wrestling matches and grappling matches, but they're not allowed to get into fights, right? To have like MMA fights while they're contracted by the UFC. So do you know? Does this blur any lines, or does this create any contract violations that he actually threw hands in one of these events that was supposed to be grappling only?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then my second question is, do you think this is going to have any negative repercussions in the UFC? And before you answer, I want to tell you that I don't think it will, because I think the whole thing about Arman getting passed over for the title shot because of his violence and his temperament, I think was all BS. I think they just wanted to elevate Paddy and they were hoping to get Paddy versus Ilya. So I don't think it's going to affect anything. I think they might pretend it will, or like they're like, man, Arman's got to calm down, but I don't think it changes a thing. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So it's very cool. In my opinion, I think Arman is goated. That's why we put that in parentheses for this title from this. Like, honestly, this is just going to make his stock grow higher and higher. Because think about it, dude. Arman is just a no-nonsense guy. He's that type of guy. He's like Khabib. He's like Khamzat. He's like those guys that you mess around, you F around, and you find out. That's what Arman posted. And Giorgio, I mean, I guess to his credit, like he was poking the bear. That's one of the most dangerous men on the planet. I don't know why he was doing it, but I mean, what do you expect? So to me, this is all positive. As long as Arman doesn't get like fined or doesn't get disciplinary action, this is golden. What do you think? Do you agree with me?
100%. And even if he does get fined, he's rich. He doesn't care.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But we need Arman to get a title shot. Gosh dang it, we need that. By the way, I also heard Conor McGregor talking about Ariel Helwani talking about Conor McGregor fighting at International Fight Week. I guess that's the plan now on July 11th. And he was saying that theoretically he was hoping to get Conor to fight the winner of the BMF belt, which is very interesting. I hadn't thought about that, and I like that because then you can make it a title bout and he can headline. The only problem is I was hoping that Arman was going to fight the winner of the BMF. So I don't know what's going on with it. But also, too, dude, Conor's not going to. Do you think Conor's going to fight at lightweight or welterweight?
Probably welterweight.
That's what I think. So I don't know, unless like Max moves up and maybe they change the weight class and they just keep the BMF. That could happen
there too, because they fought like 12 years ago as well.
Yeah, if Max wins, or he could fight Charles Oliveira. He never fought Charles Oliveira. So either way, I guess.
Who would you rather see him fight?
Conor?
Yeah.
Probably Max. I'd rather see him fight Max because I think they'd have a good back and forth. And I think he beat Max, if I'm not mistaken, way back in the day when Max was really, really young. Yep. So I think it'd be a cool rematch from that perspective. And they can both check. The problem with Oliveira, I hate to admit it, as much as I love Oliveira, all the smack talk goes to waste.
Yeah.
He can't do it. He doesn't understand what's happening. And he's just going to be happy and smiling. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I love Oliveira, but we need some back and forth. So yeah, I think it's got to be that or somebody else that can kind of go toe to toe with him verbally. All right. Western says, I've been here since JOF plugged your channel. Oh, Jesse on fire. Let's go. Wait, we need to get Jesse back on the show. Damn.
He doesn't do MMA anymore, it seems.
Mostly not. Occasionally. Yeah, he's kind of definitely moved on. Wes, you still going with DuBronx? Tehran is asking, and he says, yes, I think so. I don't know. I think I'm still going with DuBronx, even though I think I kind of want, I don't even know. Western says, I think he has great straight punches that could crack Max, but I have to wonder, Max won't be able to dodge those punches. Sup, Perm. And Max and McGregor fought back in August of 2020. Wow. Holy, 13 years ago. That's wild. And if they come back and have a rematch. Okay. Moving on. Huge news, ladies and gentlemen. I made a video gloating last night about this, saying that, I was right. I was right from the get-go. Now, it looks like we are in full Jon Jones White House mode here. And just to prove it to you guys, I got the clip that I played in my video last time. I showed you guys here. Justin, in case you haven't seen this, check this out.
I'm in negotiations with the UFC about this White House thing as well.
Let's go.
Very, very, very proud American, and I cannot wait to represent one more time. So let's start
All right, let me set the stage. Now, I just want to recap some of this because I know, Justin, you're not so excited about this fight, but let me just quickly recap what I said in my video, and then I want to hear your thoughts and your response because I think it's going to happen. I think there's no other fight to make for the main event. This is going to be a belt for the GOAT status in the history of the UFC, which has never happened before, as far as I know, where you have two guys that are literally at the very top of the sport that are going head-to-head, and the winner will walk away as the ultimate GOAT. And I can explain a little bit. So if we look at Pereira's legacy, you look at Jon Jones, of course, he's beaten 9 champions. He's won 10 times against champions, if you include Daniel Cormier twice and exclude the disqualification. But Pereira's legacy is pretty insane as well. Now, obviously, he's a double champ, which is crazy. Now moving up one more time in weight class, but he's beaten 6 champions, okay? Magomed Ankalaev, Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, Jan Blachowicz, Israel Adesanya, and Sean Strickland. You all might have forgot, but he beat Sean Strickland very easily way back in the day and knocked him out, or like TKO'd him, which nobody really does. Like, that's pretty insane. So Pereira's got a crazy legacy. And if he moves up now and gets triple champ status, he will have a leg up on Jon Jones, and he will be considered the GOAT. Now, the last thing I'll say is it's a beautiful fight because I know we want the American to win, and I believe Jon Jones is favored like minus 500 or something, what the preliminary odds are. But let me go down. Let me explain why this fight is incredible. If Jones wins, okay, we have a beautiful moment because his GOAT status, which is already there, it will be cemented. He will be 100% the GOAT, beating a double champ, which is crazy. And we'll have a massive American celebration for the greatest fighter of all time, who is indeed American and a proud American. Incredible. But if Pereira wins, this is not a bad outcome either. If Pereira wins, we have the first ever triple champ. We have the first ever person to truly beat Jon Jones, and therefore he will be elevated above Jon Jones in the annals of history with regards to MMA. And Pereira will walk away from the sport as the greatest of all time. So we truly have the GOAT status on the line, which how perfect could that be for the biggest fight of all time? That's why I'm so obsessed with it. That's why I cannot wait. And I think both these guys are going to put on a great show. Justin, did I excite you at all with my spiel? What?
Sorry,
not the slightest?
I give the old Western the no. It's I hope Jon Jones gets his head caved in. Like, I hope he gets knocked out. But think like what you're saying is just like, oh, he's a minus 500 favorite, and if he wins, it's like, do the odds. What's minus 500? What's his prediction? He's 80%.
Hold on, let me double check. That's what I heard on Ariel's show today. Let me double check.
Why is that? There's nothing exciting. Oh, a huge favorite to come in. No, I want to see him get his head caved in. I don't like that's setting up the UFC White House card to, I don't know. It doesn't seem legit. It doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. Nothing about it's exciting. If the only thing that'd be exciting is if he got KO'd with a big right round kick, that would be awesome.
He's a minus 300 to minus 600. But like, people are making these crazy odds. I mean, the odds were pretty stacked against Pereira, against Magomed Ankalaev. Ankalaev's no slouch in the grappling department. I mean, I don't think he's got the wrestling credentials or the wrestling pedigree of Jon Jones in MMA, of course. But I mean, Ankalaev, everybody pretty much thought Pereira was going to lose. So I mean, Pereira's got a better chance, don't you think, than what people are making it out to be?
I mean, odds maker. Here's the thing I've learned about odds makers is they know a lot more than me and a lot more than you and a lot more than everybody else. I don't know how that they can get these numbers so great and the percentage is so great. And I'm not saying they're right every time, but man, I guess living in Vegas is kind of, there's a reason that all these lights are on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. If they think Jon Jones is that much of a favorite, I mean, why is that's like Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm. I mean, Ronda was like a minus 700 favorite. She got knocked out. Yes. If Ronda goes in there and wins though, why is that exciting? I don't know. I want Jon Jones to lose.
I think it would also be exciting because it's just, they're both such big stars. I think it's so cool. And dude, also it's going to be Jon Jones's retirement fight. He already said he's going to come back one more time. Like, I don't know. I know.
How can you get said about, oh, he's the greatest of all time? Like, he ducked Tom Aspinall for years. He held up the heavyweight division for years. Like, and now it's like, oh, cool. He gets to come back. He gets to choose a smaller opponent. And he's a huge favorite. And oh my God, this is going to cement everything. It's like, I don't know. That'd be like me and you fighting and me beating you and me saying I'm the greatest ever because I beat you. You know what I mean? Like, no offense. Like, it's just, I'm such a huge favorite. Why would that be exciting?
It's not like you and me fighting. That's way too hyperbolic.
But like, there's just, beating somebody that you're supposed to beat, cool. Oh, if you beat someone you're supposed to beat, you're the greatest of all time. No, being the greatest of all time is doing the unordinary, doing the extraordinary, and beating somebody when you're a minus 300 to a minus 600 favorite. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'd be more happy to call Alex Pereira the greatest of all time if he goes up, defies all the odds, beats the unbeatable, beats this Terminator of opponent that fights once every 5 years. Like, oh, everyone get excited. That's exciting to me. Jon Jones winning this fight is fucking stupid. And as soon as he wins, I probably would just turn off the TV and go to bed.
Okay, wait. Let me defend Jon Jones a little bit here in terms of the ducking Tom Aspinall.
Can I answer something real quick?
Yes.
Okay. What makes Jon Jones what did do at 205? He beat Anthony Smith. Where's Anthony Smith now? He's gone. He beat Dominick Reyes in a close, barely beat Dominick Reyes. Where's Dominick Reyes? He's gone. Who is the other guy? Thiago Santos, split decision. Who's that guy? I can't even call one fight since then. Like, the things that he did, like, people are giving him, he won matches at like heavyweight, and that's great, but these guys can't compete with anybody now. So if Jon Jones and a couple of those fights, Gustafsson, I thought he lost the first Gustafsson fight. He definitely won the second one, but I thought he lost the first one if I'm remembering correctly.
I think it was
watching it live, and I was like, damn, I think. And then, like I said, Dominick Reyes, Thiago Santos. Like, I just don't think he's done that. I mean, he's done some good things. Don't get me wrong, but there's these long layoffs, man. Like, George St. Pierre here. This is why I think George St. Pierre is the greatest of all time. George St. Pierre lost to Matt Serra, got knocked out in the first round. Like, oh my God, huge upset. Then he got a couple wins, came back, beat Max Serra, that he was supposed to the first time, and then went on this long streak, retired, came back, won the middleweight belt, then retired again. Like, that's the thing is, I mean, persevering, man. And it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. I understand why Jon Jones is considered the greatest, and I'm not saying that he's not, but he's just not my greatest, because greatness it's Anderson Silva. If Anderson Silva was on a 16-fight win streak, knocking everybody out, and he retired on top, there is no question everybody would say Anderson Silva is the greatest of all time. But he never took any layoffs. He took that traumatic leg injury, and then he's never been able to win really much since then. All right. Jon Jones would eventually lost, and he would have went on a long losing streak at some point around like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, one of the greatest featherweights of all times, lost, and now he can't win. Anderson Silva lost, now he can't win. Henry Cejudo lost, now he can't win. If these guys retired when they're on the top, when they're at the pinnacle of their career, everyone would say, oh, Demetrius Johnson, he was on the longest streak before he lost that split decision to Henry Cejudo. Like, all these guys, if they retired, they would have arguments for being the greatest of all time. But why is Demetrius Johnson not talked about very much in the greatest? Because he went over to one, he traded for the UFC, he had some losses in another organization. How can he be the greatest? Fedor Emelianenko, when he was knocking everybody out before, and now he's lost to everybody. Like, I don't know, man. It's just Jon Jones is just taking too much time off, and he's made sure that he's in perfect physical condition for every fight. And I guess that's smart. But I don't know. A fighter to me is a warrior. It's not somebody that pick and choose his opponents. And I know you're going to address the ducking Tom Aspinall, but he had plenty of time to fight Tom Aspinall. Not a month, not 8 weeks, not 2 months, not 3 months, not 6 months, not 12 months, not 18 months, not 24 months. It was like 36 months. He had an opportunity.
Well, okay, let me address everything. Let me try and go back because I've been trying to keep mental notes on everything you've said. So I want to defend Jon Jones a little bit here. So number one, you mentioned the competition or lack thereof with guys
and 205 and heavyweight are weak divisions.
Okay, but okay, so let's go back to, you mentioned Dominick Reyes. Where is he now? But I don't think that's really fair to say. Dominick Reyes, Thiago Santos, those guys were at the top of the division when they fought Jon Jones. They were number one contenders. Even Anthony Smith, you can say where is he at now, but at the time he fought Jon Jones, he was right in the mix. So I think Jon Jones gets unfairly put in this category that he's not fighting tough competition. I disagree, because at the time Dominick Reyes was undefeated and he put on a great fight. A lot of people thought he beat Jon Jones. So, and then in terms of
just 1 second, I'm not saying that he hasn't fought. You're absolutely right. He fought the best when they were there. But here's the thing. Those guys continued to fight. Jon left. Jon took time off. If Jon continued to fight like those guys, he would have taken losses.
I can play devil's advocate, though, and say that I think it's so impressive that he stepped away for 3 years, 4 years, and then still came back, like George St. Pierre, like GSP, left for 4 years, came back and still had it and still won. I think that is something to give Jon Jones credit for, that he came back. And you can say what you want about Stipe being a little older. I still think Stipe was a very dangerous opponent, maybe not as dangerous as Tom Aspinall. It's not like he walked in there like a sack of potatoes. And
it is like he walked in there like a sack of potatoes. He's in his 40s. He said he didn't want to fight. What do you mean? There's no worst mindset. He literally said, he goes, I didn't even want to take this fight. I didn't want to do this. Like, yeah, here we are. Cool. Like he fought him on his worst day and he went into the 4th round, dude. No, trust me. Listen, mentality in fighting is so important. It's the most important thing. When you're cruising, you're like, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm great. And now you're in a position like Stipe that didn't even want to be there. And he goes 4 rounds with him. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I'm not saying to get the fuck out of here to you, but
I get
the mental aspect of, regardless of how good he looked physical, regardless of this, regardless of that, he didn't want to be there. If Jon Jones gave him a way out, he took it. Like it's he went in there. Oh, maybe I'll land a lucky punch and knock him out. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in the compromising position the last years. It's like, yeah, I remember getting my elbowed in the face against Carl Deaton and like, why the fuck am I doing this? This fucking sucks. This is not fun. And that's what Stipe was from the walkout to the end of the fight. There's nothing impressive about a Stipe win. Nothing at all. It's actually not impressive because he went 4 rounds. Like, he was fucking terrible.
Okay,
beat Francis Ngannou, beat Tom Aspinall. All right, now we're talking. Now we're being the greatest is you were the greatest overall. Oh, you beat Cyril Gane in a stupid guillotine, and Cyril Gane didn't even do anything right to get out of it. Unless he's making these simple techniques look way better than they are, and he's just so good that he's gonna hit you in a fucking stupid guillotine, and Cyril Gane is gonna tap out like a fucking pussy. Like, I just don't think there's anything impressive with in recent years. Again, career totality, absolutely very impressive resume. Beat the best of the best at that time. But to be the greatest, to consider yourself the greatest now, he's still not fighting the best. He's fighting a guy that's coming up from 185. He's put in a favorable matchup to cement himself. No, put yourself in a compromising position. Put yourself in a persevering situation. Come out on top and now say, hey, motherfuckers, you didn't believe me? I am the greatest and I just proved it. Or he's going to beat this guy that he's supposed to beat fucking 8 out of 10 times. And he's like, yep, well, I won another fight against a middleweight champion and a light heavyweight champion. And I was supposed to win 8 times out of 10. And I did. Congratulations. I'm the great. You know what I mean? Does that make – I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm telling you
I get
thoughts and feelings of it.
Well, I'll tell you where you did persuade me, because I look, I'm not gonna. I try to be open minded and try to really listen to what you're saying and not just like die on a hill, right? So you did persuade me a little with what you said about Stipe and the mindset and how that's super important. He came in with a bad mindset, so I'll give you that. I think
he said it before the fight and after the fight.
I think, and by the way,
I know the mindset. I know the feeling. You don't want to take. Listen. And that's the thing. This isn't an opinion. You have all these other, and that's one great thing about our channel is you actually have a UFC fighter's perspective in the booth right now. This isn't speculation. These feelings are real. And when you have these feelings of you can feel great, you have a great training camp, you get in the cage, like, oh, I'm feeling good, then you eat a big shot, bang. It's like, whoa, maybe I don't want to be here. How much am I getting paid? Oh, Carl Deaton, I'm getting paid $2,000. I just got paid 25 grand on my last night. Fuck that. I'm just going to sit here and protect myself so I don't take any more damage. And Stipe was the same way. He did it for the paycheck. He didn't do it for the fight. He did it because he probably felt obligated to do it. And maybe in the financial say, hey, he probably turned it down. And then Dana's like, here, we'll give you X amount of dollars. And he persuaded him from a financial standpoint. And he still went 4 rounds. How pathetic.
Okay, we're going to highlight a couple comments. The Punisher is new here. Punisher, welcome to the show. At least I believe he is. He said, do we all agree Jones will get his butt whooped if he gets matched up against Pereira? That's what Justin is hoping for. He also said a fighter who fights like a man, not take roids. So I think he's on your side. And he also says the blue vest guy is base. I believe that's a blue tank top, but let's go. Pern says John also started super early, though. Youngest champion ever. He fought the elite all the time. Very true. Okay, let me just respond real quick to some of the things that you said that I slightly disagree with, and then we can go to the next topic if you'd like, or you can respond as well. But I think that also to discount his win against Cyril Gane, I just don't think that's totally fair. Like, I get what your point is, that how could Cyril fold so quickly, but he was given the number one guy. Like, he was just given the guy that was there at the top that he had to fight. He made it look easy. Like, I don't think we can take that away from Jones and saying he's ducking the best competition. That was the best at the time. Now, in response to why he didn't fight Tom Aspinall, I actually kind of am okay with him doing what he did, and I'll tell you why. Like, yes, he held up the division. That probably sucked for a lot of fighters, so that part is not okay. But like, him ultimately, so the way it played out was problematic, but him ultimately choosing not to fight Tom, I think he could do whatever he wants. And listen, think about what happened. Where's Sergey Pavlovich right now? Is anybody talking about him? Like, people are, but dude, that guy was a killer. He was a steamroller, and he was just on a tear. Well, since he lost to Tom Aspinall, he lost to Volkov. Nobody's talking about Sergey Pavlovich. And at the time, it was like, oh my God, this guy's going to be on a tear. He could beat Jon Jones. He could beat Tom Aspinall. The fight's over. The guy's fallen off a little bit. It doesn't add to Tom Aspinall's resume barely at all. So I think Jon Jones, in his defense, looked at Tom Aspinall that way. I'll let you jump in 1 second. Looked at Tom Aspinall that way. I fight this guy. Yeah, he's on the ascension. He's the interim champ. Fine. I fight him. I beat him. And then he's going to go on a losing streak, and nobody's going to give me any credit. They're all hyping it up now, and everybody's going to forget. So I think Jon Jones looked at it, yes, as a dangerous fight, but a fight with very little upside, and that's why he ultimately stepped away. Okay, take it away, Justin.
I just want to talk about how weak the heavyweight division is, because I do remember all the hype behind Sergey. Are you talking about Sergey Spivak?
Yeah, Sergey Pavlovich.
Oh, I'm in there.
Not Spivak.
Okay, never mind. I'm looking at Spivak. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I disregard what I had to say because I was talking about Spivak.
Got it. Okay, we got a couple other comments here. Why is Conor not fighting on the White House card? Ariel Hawani said today that they want him at July 11th at International Fight Week because they can charge a gate and they can go to a big arena, make $25 million on the fight, etc. So because they can't do that at the White House and he's not American, they've decided to move him to International Fight Week. So, I mean, Ariel's the best source in the game. I assume he's probably onto something. He's probably right, but we'll see ultimately if that's going to happen. Yep, Western says International Fight Week. Pern says, holding up the division, I said this, Pern, I've been saying this the whole time. It's like everybody got mad at Jon Jones. Dude, ultimately it's the UFC because they kept trying to push and hold off and convince Jon Jones. They got the 30 million together, and then Jon Jones ultimately backed out. Like, fighters are going to act in their own self-interest. I'm not saying you can justify anything they do by any means, but he was acting in his self-interest. He was trying to figure stuff out. Nobody probably knows what it's like to be Jon Jones because nobody's been in that situation. He's the only guy that's been at the very top of the sport for this long. The amount of pressure and the amount of eyes and the amount of people that are behind him and that need, that he felt like he would be letting down if he lost. Like, I can't imagine that pressure. And he's got nobody to talk to, right, about making that decision because nobody's had to make that type of a decision before. So, like, I think we have to give Jon Jones a little bit more leniency than than people like to. People like to beat up on him, I think, because of his personal life and multiple things. But anyways, that's what I think. Pern, you hit it right on the head. Western says Sergey Spivak. That's another fighter though. But yeah, I was talking about Pavlovich, and then Andrew Nance is in the mix. Let's effing go. Western says Nance brings that energy. Joshua says Justin James, I remember you knocking out someone in the first round. Yeah, Justin, what was that knockout?
It was like UFC fight, record. Right? Is my debut. It was like 40-second knockout against. It's actually that's the picture from that fight.
Yeah, it's blocked out by the logo. Hold on, let me turn off the logo real quick. But it's right there. You can see him screaming after that. After that victory. There you go. Yeah, cool, Joshua. So have you been watching MMA for a long time? And also, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the party, as we like to say. Okay, enough about Justin's favorite topic of Jon Jones. I know he wants to talk about it all day, but we're gonna move on. We had those announcements come out Friday. We were hoping during our show, but they came out after the fact. And the big announcement, which we called, was Carlos Ulberg versus Jiri Prochazka. I think it's a really fun fight, solely because Yuri's in it. I mean, I like Carlos Ulberg too, but anytime Jiri fights, it's just, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I got my thoughts on how this fight is going to go down, my early initial thoughts. And I know, Justin, you did a great breakdown of Ulberg's technique and style, so you can probably add a lot more than me. But what do you think of this fight, and how do you think it goes down?
You know, my initial thought, Ulberg's going to come in. He has that beautiful left hook that he always follows up with. But every time I bet against Jiri, I lose. So my mind says Ulberg, but I mean, I'm going to put money on Jiri no matter what.
I'm going Jiri too, and I'll tell you why. Who did Jiri just beat? Khalil Roundtree, a super technical striker, just like not just like Carlos Ulberg. They have obviously unique styles, and Jiri is, what's it called? Roundtree is more of a traditional Muay Thai striker, whereas we got, the kickboxing style slightly different. But I think that ultimately Jiri's toughness, Jiri's unorthodox nature, the way he fights, it's just going to overwhelm him. And I just think mentally, Jiri will not allow himself to lose. How cool do you think it will be? How excited will you be to see Jiri reclaim the belt after all he's been through?
I'll be happy for him, but I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Are you not a huge Jiri fan?
I mean, I think he has a great character. I just don't really relate to him in any way. I can be appreciative of the way he conducts himself and the crazy things he does. And, he's kind of like super far out there with his training regiments and the things he does. And I'm not against it. It's just, he's just not my style. I wish him the best. I have no ill feeling towards him. I think he's a great role model for up and coming fighters, but just from the way I conduct my life, and him and I just don't really have any relation. I can't relate to him at any point. So I wish him the best. I'm happy when he loses, or excuse me, I'm happy when he wins. I'm not devastated when he loses. He's a guy I'll tune in for, but again, it's nobody I jump off the couch for.
That's interesting. I'm actually a massive fan of Jiri. I love the uniqueness that he brings. And the only reason I thought you would have been a bigger fan is because he's that type of guy that you like to just, he goes in there, he throws it all out there. He doesn't shy away from challenges, kind of like what you were talking about. That's Jiri through and through. In fact, I feel like Jiri wants the toughest challenges, and he doesn't care if he wins or loses. Like, he wants to challenge himself. So it's super, super cool. But like, I get it. He's just not your style. I also love the way he talks. Like, I love him on interviews. He's just such a unique guy. I feel like we're going to miss him so much when he's gone. But I got Jiri too, man. I'm with you. So let's go. We got a lot of people commenting. No Bromo in the house. Welcome back. He says, my boy Jiri is going to smoke Bumberg. Let's go. Carlos Ulberg is kind of a legendary fighter, though. I like the way he fights. Bromo in the house. Western is, he's putting the link to sub to No Bromo. Did you sub to No Bromo, Justin?
I haven't, but I can right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sub to you later on after the show. Tehran says, I got Jiri beating Carlos. I think we're in agreement there. No Bromo says, hell yeah, Andrew Nance. I sub Bromo. Let's effing go. Hey, both you, sorry I'm late. I just don't give a hey, Harsh is back. What's up? Our buddy from India, or who is Indian. Welcome back. I just don't give a fook. Western says, appreciate that. Or No Bromo says, Western, I appreciate that, brother. I feel like Justin about Jiri. Oh, Pern's in agreement with you. He's really good, probably a good guy. That samurai things makes me cringe. Why though? But
it's kind of that's kind of me too. It's like I don't know. It just seems so. Some of his training methods just are basically scientifically proven that it's just not good for you. And he's like, he swears by this. Back when, like, what was it? What's his name? The Asian fighter. He was UFC champion. He got knocked out by what's his name? He got put to sleep in a guillotine by Jon Jones.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Machado. Leo
Machado used to drink his own piss.
Oh
and
my
he was
God.
He was open about it. He'd be like, yeah, I drink my own piss. And then they asked Forrest Griffin. It was one of my favorite interviews of all time. Forrest Griffin's like, you heard the rumor of Leota drinking his own piss. He's like, yeah, I did. And I tell you what, if I was Leota Machida too, I'd drink my own piss too. That guy's a good fighter. That's kind of a funny response to it. But like when guys get off on these crazy things, like, listen, the UFC has it dialed in. I mean, medical this day and age in sports science this day and age is like they have training dialed in, and he just kind of goes off the wall. And some of it's so off the wall. I'm like, does he really? It's like Tony Ferguson making weight when he doesn't have to fight and shit like that.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Why? But he said he did that, but did he? Like
he did. He took a picture. He took a picture of himself.
Why though? Why? That's you're just hurting yourself. I just don't get it.
That's what Khabib said. He goes, Tony, stupid. Remember I told you good fighter, but he's stupid. That's what Khabib's response was. It was very harsh. No, Bromo says biggest Yuri Glazer is here. Are you talking about me or you?
No, him. He says it on his page. By the way, I tuned in. He says in his Yuri Prohaska Glazer.
Oh, that's amazing. What's it? How many subs does he have? I got to check out his channel.
3.38.
Hey, legend. All right, congratulations. You're killing it. We hope to be there one day too. Congrats on the subs. Most welcome, sir. Andrew Nance, appreciate you, brother. Okay, the samurai.
I want to be over 3,000 subs by my birthday, and that's August. So
let's do it. Hopefully by my birthday. Let's go. The samurai thing is a mindset. I don't find it cringe at all. I agree with you, Western. I'm on the same page. Like, I don't find it cringe because he's not putting on a front. It's not like Kobe or some of these other people who are just acting, or Henry Cejudo. Like, this is really him. He's just being him. And so I'm all for it. I just love that he feels comfortable in his own skin to shine as he feels fit. Yuri puts his hands in a fire ant's nest to inflict. That's crazy if that's true. What a legend. Forrest can be so funny. No Bromo says he also rubs himself with nettles for extra armor points. Is this real? No Bromo, you got to tell us if you're trolling or not. Harsh says Justin can be a good commentator in the UFC. Justin, right there. Let's go. So guys, if you don't know, Harsh, me and Justin are commentators for Fusion Fight League. We're actually commentating a fight this Saturday. If you want to check it, it's an awesome regional promotion out of Montana. And me and Justin have aspirations to commentate as a team for other organizations. And of course, one day for the UFC. That'd be incredible. That'd be fun. Like, commentating, let me tell you, is the best job on the planet, regardless of anything. Because if you like MMA, you get the best seat in the house. You're literally in front of the cage. Like, nothing beats it. And then the other thing is, you get to basically just chat about the fights the whole time. You're just talking as the fights are just like if your best friend was next to you, you're just having a good time. So it's so cool. That would be really thank you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you on behalf of Justin. That's a really great compliment. And it makes us really happy to hear that. Brazil has the largest Japanese population. Yeah, there are a lot of Japanese people. I remember because I've been to Brazil a couple times and I didn't know it was the largest, but I know there's a lot of Japanese folks there. No Bromo says you guys will be at 3K by August for sure. Keep grinding, brothers. Appreciate you, man. We're on that grind. Russia also has an Asian population. All right, a couple more, and then we're going to move on to the next topic. No Bromo says there are videos of him doing both the fight. Oh, my God. Dude, Yuri is awesome, dude. Wow, that's so good. That means I can sense talent. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Okay, we got a lot more to talk about. Now, this next topic is a Justin Jane special. Your boy Patricio Pitbull is back in the mix. Dana White announced his card for April 11th, which is such a good card. I can't wait for this Miami card. But April 11th, Patricio Pitbull is coming back against Aaron Pico. I saw Aaron Pico live at UFC 319. That was crazy in Chicago when he got KO'd by Lerone Murphy. What do you make of this fight? Patricio Pitbull, Aaron Pico.
This is going to be a great fight, man. I think, Pitbull and Pico coming over from Bellator, both of them have a lot of success in Bellator. Since making their way to the UFC, they've had some tough matchups. I know Pico's coming off a big loss to Lerone Murphy, but I see him getting back in the driver's seat. I think he's going to have youth on Pitbull. I think Pitbull's going to come out real strong, but Pico's going to overwhelm him with power and speed, and he's going to get a knockout. He's going to get back on the winning track, and the UFC are going to coordinate this guy all the way to the top. Aaron Pico is a force to be reckoned with, and he's nonstop violence from start to finish. With Justin Gaethje kind of at the end of his career, this is a great replacement for Justin Gaethje.
Okay, I have a question for you because I remember Pico got some criticism in that when he fought Lerone Murphy, and the criticism was, I believe, from the commentators that as he was coming in, he wasn't fainting or, he was just kind of like rushing in really aggressively. And that's why he caught that spinning elbow. I had two questions. Let me ask you the first one. Number one, do you agree with the commentator's take that Pico in general or in that fight was acting a little recklessly and needs to work on maybe some feints or some head movement when he's coming inside like that?
It's hard for someone hard for anybody besides his team to tell him what he needs to work on. He's had so much success in the past. I mean, unfortunately, he just was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. We like to say he ducked when he should have weaved. You know what I mean? In that circumstance, because had he missed that elbow or that elbow doesn't land, I mean, I had Aaron Pico winning that fight from the beginning until that shot landed. So, I mean, yeah, sure, hindsight's 20/20. Put your head in a different position, but again, don't negate all the good things we saw. I thought he was winning that fight up until that point. So, he needs to work on his head movements. But he was winning, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, and to land a spinning elbow, it's hard to do. And to land it perfect like that's hard to do. So, again, hindsight's 20/20. Sure, he could work on his head movement, but if that punch doesn't land, he might win that fight.
Yeah, and a lot of things have to go right to land a spinning elbow, and it's one of those things. That's the thing with a KO blow like that, where you just get KO'd. The thought is, maybe you don't change anything because everything was going great until that split second, and sometimes you just get caught, as opposed to a TKO finish or something like that where somebody's just totally dominating you, a la Khamzat versus DDP. All right, we got more comments in the mix. Hold on, let me hit some of these here. No, bro, even you're fired too. I thought he looks like a legend. He looks like Volkanovski. Yeah, but you're good guys. Oh, he's saying you look like Volkanovski. Legend. Let's go. Pico is going to get this one done, in my opinion. No bromo is with you. Tehran says Western only certain parts of Russia and Asians. Okay, talking about Asia again. Yeah, he was kind of piecing up Lerone before the finish. Let's go. We need to ban the name Pitbull in MMA. There are more MMA fighters than dogs. Is that true? I don't even know. That might be true. We should have 20 likes every show. I agree, Andrew. If we could get some likes in the mix.
We have 3 right now. Damn.
We have 3. Guys, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Somebody posted that. I think Andrew said that. Smash that like button. The only country that spans 2 continents, he's talking about Russia, of course. You can tell Murphy wasn't liking those body shots coming from Pico. It was a fun fight. That whole UFC 319 card was really fun to see live and in person in Chicago. Okay, we got another big fight coming up. Lots of stuff we got to get through before we wrap up the show here. Dominick Reyes versus Johnny Walker, somebody who you don't give too much credit in regards to Jon Jones beating. But anyways, I'm always been a huge fan of Dominick Reyes, but I wanted you to talk about this fight in particular because, as we all know, you train with Johnny Walker at Extreme Couture. I saw him when I was there. The guy is massive. The guy is a legend. The guy trains hard, trains with Strickland sometimes. Take it away. What are your thoughts on this fight?
I tell you what, Johnny Walker is training at Extreme Couture. He's working with Eric Nixick. He's been training his ass off. I just saw him there a couple hours ago. I'll see him tomorrow during sparring. I haven't been sparring, but I've been going to the pro sparring to work with some guys. And Johnny Walker's been there. He's working his ass off. Having a coach like Eric Nixick on your side, it's really going to help out a lot. They're going to put a great game plan together. Dominick Reyes, kind of on the backside of his career. I know he had a brief stint there where we almost saw a resurgence, but I believe he's coming off a loss. I think this is all Johnny Walker. I think this is the way the UFC is going to try to rebuild Johnny Walker.
And he's coming off a loss to Carlos Ulberg, and that loss happened just like Justin predicted with, I believe, the lead left hook. And it was look, Carlos Ulberg's a really good striker. It's kind of like what happened to Sean Strickland against Alex Pereira when he just caught him with a hook. And it just is what it is. He got caught and we went down. I guess we'll see how Dominick Reyes shows up. But I mean, I got to give that guy credit, man. He just perseveres and perseveres. He had like 3 losses in a row. Then he came back, gained some momentum, lost to Carlos Ulberg. He's had to deal with like a crazy blood clot where he almost died, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the guy has been through the trenches. And on top of that, he just always has the most positive attitude. He's such a cool guy in interviews. So I know you're rooting for your teammate. I don't even know who I'm rooting for because I love Johnny Walker as well. And I'm a big fan of him too. But I'm very curious to see this fight, and may the best man win, and we shall see how it goes down. But very, very cool fight, again, from the announcements made on Friday. We got some more comments. Let me see here. Why the F don't they like the stream? It's a crime not to like this knowledgeable stream. Thank you, Harsh. We really appreciate it. Wednesday's going to start timing people out randomly if they don't hit the like button. I got Dominick Reyes. Tehran's got Dom Reyes. That's interesting.
I think it's better for the UFC for Johnny Walker to win.
I probably think so too. Johnny Walker is just a really fun fighter, and And he's got a fun fight style and a fun personality. So I would imagine he's a lot of fans for Johnny Walker. Remember Lance when he was training here? He was like, "Oh my God, Johnny Walker's training at Extreme." Like he was really tripping out that he saw Johnny Walker. Have you asked Johnny to come on the show before, Justin?
No, I haven't. I don't really talk to Johnny. I'm not going to say we're buddies. We don't hang out. We say hi and bye to each other. That's about the gist of it. But I was telling Jose for this last week, I want to get a surprise. I talked to Sean Strickland the other day. Again, I don't want to say we're buddies or nothing, but we're cordial. Our lockers are next to each other. We talk pretty often. And I was kind of bummed out his response. He goes, "Justin, I fucking hate doing podcasts." I'm like, "What if I compensate you?" And he just turned around and walked away. I was like, "Okay, yeah, so, like whatever."
So we're trying, guys. We did have Chris Curtis back in the day, if you guys remember.
And Brad Tavares.
Yeah, we had Brad Tavares. We had your coach Dennis Davis. Like we've had some cool people on the show from Extreme Couture. But yeah, Sean Strickland, that would have been really funny, but unfortunately it did not work out. But we're trying, guys. We're trying. Oh, no, Bromo says you kind of sound like Strickland.
He's my mentor, man. He's my mentor.
I honestly Bromo's got Walker winning this. Nance is a gentleman and a scholar whose decorum and wisdom is surpassed only by his length and girth. Wow. Okay. Those are kind words coming from Wester. Legend. Okay. Let's talk about the fight this last weekend. You may not have seen it. I know a lot of people weren't very excited about this fight. I did watch this fight and I'm pretty impressed with Lone'er Kavanagh. So I don't know how much you know about this guy, but let me just say this. You know Moreno. You train with him. You love him. He was the favorite. He was like a -220 or -250. And he got pieced up pretty badly, in my opinion, from Lone'er Kavanagh. And really all he did in this fight to slow Lone'er down in the later rounds was grapple and hold him. And when he was in those grappling exchanges, Lone'er was just kind of pressed up against the fence. But there wasn't much damage coming from Moreno. And I thought in rounds 1 and 2, Kavanagh looked good. Like his striking, for me, so, because that's something that I can kind of see and recognize because of the striking training that I do. I was like, man, his striking technique looked really good, like really, really pretty. So I'm actually coming away from this as a fan of Kavanagh, and I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. But Justin, let me turn it over to you. Do you have thoughts on this fight and Brandon Moreno taking another loss here? Here's
the thing. Brandon Moreno is on the backside of his career. UFC is going to be using him as a gatekeeper. He's already been the UFC champion. Brandon Moreno is one of those guys, and I'm a huge Brandon Moreno fan. I love him in the gym. He's always just a great ball of energy and positive energy at that, wants to help everybody. He's not, an asshole, especially for being UFC champion, but he's not, I would say he's probably not the most gifted guy, but he makes up for his lack of gifts with hard work and dedication to the sport. He busted his ass to become the UFC champion. He beat some incredible guys. Unfortunately, he's had some losses now. Now he's on the backside. To understand the task at hand, that he understands, that MMA fighters understand what he would have to accomplish to get back to where he was is, man, that's just such a tall task for anybody. I mean, getting there is tough. Staying there is even tougher, and getting back is tougher than all of it. And that's and I just think Brandon Moreno, he's tough, but unfortunately he's just on the backside of his career. I wish him nothing but the best. He's been a great guy to have in the gym for years. I want him to win every time, but when you're a young up and coming star like Lone'er Kavanagh, and you have this opportunity to take on this UFC vet, I find the young kids that are motivated have a lot easier time finding that flow state than an old vet that's been there 100 times.
It's crazy I totally get that. And I mean, that's kind of what happened, right? He's the young, hungry guy. He came up. I thought Brandon Moreno did his best, but it's so crazy because Moreno's only 32. He's young. Like that's the prime time usually for fighters, 32, 33, somewhere in there. I mean, I know it varies depending on mileage and whatnot, but it does kind of blow my mind. But massive props to Kavanagh. Like I said, it's somebody that I'm looking forward to watching in the future. An amazing fighter out of the UK, and we'll see what he can do. I think he probably needs to work on his grappling a little bit just because Moreno was really holding him up there and he didn't have a great answer. The commentators were critiquing him a little bit for making technique mistakes. Maybe that's something he can clean up from now to the next fight. But I got to say, man, his striking is money. So that is an exciting fighter to stay on the lookout for. We got one more topic, guys. I'm going to read some comments and then we're going to go into the final topic here. Try to get Tony Ferguson on the show. Yo, that would be so fun. Tony Ferguson's a legend. Moreno should consider a move to bantamweight. Maybe. I'm just super happy we get another UK prospect. True. That's his only option to run. Also super happy that King Green got the TKO win. Yeah, that's crazy. That is dope, actually. King Green got the win, so that's pretty money. True Green showed out. Don't say that about Zell Huber. Zell Huber trains with Justin. Actually, I trained in the cage with Zell when Eric. I did a private last summer at Extreme Couture, and we were training in the cage next to Zell Huber and Eric Nixick, and I was like, oh my, because I didn't recognize him at first, and I was just watching him hit the pads. I'm like, dang, this guy's striking is so good. I mean, you know Zell Huber, right? You know how he's awesome, isn't he?
He's one of the greatest, nicest guys that you could ever meet. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about the fighters in Extreme Couture, but Zell Huber's a step above most of them.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, Andrew Nance, it's okay. Everyone has their opinion. I think if you met him, you'd fucking want this guy to win every fight. And dude, the guy he's just an incredible person, incredible training partner. Fucking just, again, when you get guys like Moreno or Zell Huber to come into the gym and just spread their positivity, it's just, and it's not positivity. It's like, oh, he's going to everybody. Oh, hey, man. He stays to himself. He's quiet, but he's always smiling. He's always working hard. He doesn't like some guys, like if Sean's in there working his technique, he doesn't like guys watching his technique. He'll ask you, he'll be like, hey, man, I don't want you guys to watch this or this or that, because he doesn't know who you are. Right. Zell Huber just soaks it all in all the time. Hey, well, so on and so forth. He's just a great guy.
Tall, very tall. Like I said, on the pads, I was like, holy smokes, this guy can rip those kicks and those shots. So, all right, last topic, and we got to close out because I got to jump right at 2:30 p.m. PST. Khamzat said that he is now waiting for Strickland. He tweeted that. It looks like he wants this fight. I have to believe that Sean Strickland wants this fight. There's so much seemingly bad blood between these two guys. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a lot of people are speculating in May, right? I think right now we're in the middle of Ramadan, so that's going to be coming to a close soon. That would give Khamzat a good amount of time to have a nice training camp and get back in the mix and go full force against Sean Strickland. What do you think? Have you heard anything that you can divulge about Sean Strickland versus Khamzat?
I can't. I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything. There's no rumors, but I will say, Sean was in the gym last week. I didn't see him this morning, but I'll probably see him this afternoon. Sean's in the gym. So when he's in the gym, he's always getting ready for something.
He's training, man, and Sean loves to train. He loves to be in there. So this fight could happen at any point. But I want this fight so badly, man. Okay, I said first when I made the video about this potential fight, I said this is the most exciting. This is the biggest fight the UFC can make. I'm going to say that it's because Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones is going to be on the headliner for the White House card and everything that I said, at least in my opinion. I know you disagree, but I think that is the biggest fight. But this is number two. There's nothing bigger.
I think Gary Islam's a huge fight to make, or Ilya and Islam's a bigger fight. Both those fights are bigger.
This will be bigger with the buildup. Once this gets going and Sean Strickland really starts ripping and ranting and going crazy, and all the eyeballs that are going to be on this dude, I will admit too, like he's gonna piss off a lot of Muslim people. It's gonna be like Conor versus Habib when like so many people were pissed off. Like it's gonna generate a lot of heat, a lot of good press, a lot of negative press. Like it's gonna be wild. So I cannot wait. We shall see. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are closing out for today. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for another great show. Thank you for all the comments and the participation. Thank you again for, as Justin mentioned, for last Friday, our biggest show yet, the biggest numbers we ever had in terms of total views, but mainly the concurrence were the thing that
85 we were really concurrent. That was awesome. And we didn't have a raid from another party. We didn't have a party raid. It was just 85.
Yes,
all naturals.
Yeah, it was all natural people just coming up saying that they saw our stream in the For You page. So that was really fun. All right, guys, that's what we got for you guys today. More videos coming out later today as per usual. And we'll see you here for the live show Friday, 1:30 p.m. PST. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.